Well, hello there, neighbor. We don't see many of you out here. Welcome to rural America. I think our nearest neighbor is about a quarter mile that way. But we do have a whole host of people showing up today, and we're super excited to tell you about it. We have the gifted Josie Lowder. She will be performing out on the back lane. Also today, we have a guest who will inspire us to appreciate life's simple joys as she captures them on canvas. And get ready, because we have noted Chef Brian Tucker in our kitchen. He is spieling it in our Prairie Farms kitchen today, and you will not want to miss that segment, I assure you. So let's not waste any more time. Come on inside. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Won't you be my neighbor? Would you be mine? Could you be mine?
Won't you be my neighbor? Actually, if you're loud, please don't be my neighbor. And just watch the show, because it's a good one. Check it out.
Hello, my name is Josie Lowder. The song is called Golden Wings, and it's off my debut album called Here to Love. You're gone from this world, but you find me in my dreams. Oh, you come to me on golden wings. You flutter around me. Oh, you're keeping me company. Oh yeah, you come to me on your golden wings. Oh yeah, you're keeping me company, but I don't wanna wait from this dream. I swear you can hear me. Beyond the veil of space and of time. Come to me on golden wing. You flutter around me. Oh, you're
keeping me. Company, yes, you come to me. Oh, your golden wing. Oh yeah, you're keeping me, you're keeping me, you're keeping me company. But I don't wanna wait from this dream. Ooh.
Thank you.
We see everyone, regardless of their ability to pay.
We're helping those that otherwise might not receive the care that they need. We provide courier service to all of our facilities and have a convenient drive-through service as well.
I'm really proud to be able to work for an organization that has that policy.
Our pharmacy staff and I look forward to meeting you and serving all of your pharmacy needs.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my first semester, realized that I wasn't quite ready to go to college. And I went back to work in construction for roughly about 15 years. And at the same time, I took classes at community college. It's this idea that you can go back to school at any time for anything, and that's what a community college does for you. That's what John A. Logan does for you.
I've surpassed every goal that I've wanted to reach this year, and released 2 collections. I've been doing live weddings, and yeah, it's
that's
been
a
fun.
big thing. The watercolor at the wedding.
When I remember all the things you taught me, I love that cowboy, I always will. Take the money, leave the heartache, give them something for their pain.
My son was a huge factor in my decision to quit. He came home from school one day talking about how every cigarette takes so many minutes off your life. And he's like, well, if you're smoking and Dad's smoking, I'm just going to be by myself. And it was like a heart punch, you know, and I was like, okay, we've got to do something different. So that was kind of what pulled the trigger for me, just broke my heart. But I picked a day that was going to be my quit day, and it was my mom's birthday. I'm going to quit June 20th. I'll never pick up another cigarette again. And I haven't, 6 years later.
As vehicles have evolved, so have our attitudes about safety. Seatbelts were a welcome addition, and fortunately, we found a way to protect our little ones as well. We added airbags and safety glass, and a long list of other safety features. But there's still something that doesn't come standard, and that's clean air. Only you can protect your passengers from the toxic chemicals in secondhand smoke. So thank you for keeping others safe by choosing not to smoke in your car.
So you guys know that I'm forever stalking people online, and now my newest obsession is art, and hence the reasoning for having Rebecca here today. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're like, who is this and what do you want? You know, your story is awesome. I love that you said it's just sort of a desire, and when you have a desire for something, just to go for it. And man, you've gone for it.
Yeah.
Tell us about the story of how you became an artist.
Well, I've always loved to draw, always loved to create in any way. When I was a little kid, I would make 3D animal sculptures out of construction paper. Like, I have always just had a longing to create. And back in 2020, I really started painting for the first time. I always hated to paint.
She didn't like painting.
I did not. My mom's favorite story is the first time I ever tried oils, and oils get everywhere, and you can't wash off with water because oil and water don't go together. And so I was covered in oil painting, and I was just crying because I couldn't get it off no matter how hard I scrubbed.
Hard lesson to learn. So watercolor is probably better.
Yeah, watercolor, acrylic. I have been getting into oils, but I've learned how to get those off.
Okay.
But I really love to paint, and you know, my husband is super supportive, and he got me a studio space in the town that we're in.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But had babies, and so you know, makes it a little less able to do the things that I want to do sometimes. But since June, I was like, you know what, I'm going all for it. I'm gonna give it my all, and since then I've surpassed every goal that I've wanted to reach this year, and released 2 collections. I've been doing live weddings, and yeah, it's
that's
been
a
fun.
big thing. The watercolor at the wedding, and I loved how you said some people will take it home and finish it. You're doing it that night. You're like, here you go.
Oh yeah.
There's your. They have to love that, the bride and the groom, right?
Yeah, and everyone can like look at it at the end of the night and continue to see it. It's a lot of fun. I have fun with all the guests coming up and wanting to see what's going on.
Oh yeah, and you said you even want to. It's crazy to me how some of these artists have taken on doing the guests, the wedding guests. They can come up and say, "Okay, paint me" or whatever. And you'll do it.
Oh, I want to. I'm waiting for the day someone asks for me to, but yeah.
That's awesome. And you know, the other thing I love, you said you've had the babies, but man, you've got one strapped on here, you got one on the hip there. I mean, you're doing your thing, and you're recording it, and you're sharing it with everybody. And that's what it takes. It's not easy, but it's dedication. Talk about that, how it's a little work, but it's worth it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth it. You know, when I have a nap time going down, when they both go down to bed at like 7:30. So I have a good chunk before I go to bed. And so I just, any second I can, I am creating. And if I'm not creating, I'm planning. There's a lot of brainstorming, a lot of planning that goes into each painting. So yeah.
I love that. You said you're releasing, are there series or what
collections?
Collections, yes. Okay. And you've had a couple of collections thus far, and you could go in the middle of the woods, for instance, the forest, and you call it a series, and then you just turn out some beautiful works. Is that by design?
Yes. So that goes in with all the planning. So each collection kind of has a theme. With that one, it was about resting, and how, you know, resting isn't always just laying on the couch with our feet kicked up watching Gilmore Girls, but it's, I wish, but it's also an active rest, like being at rest in your mind, not letting all of the busyness and the stress that happen in this world kind of overtake us. But
I do love that. I see you oftentimes referring to scripture, or maybe you've heard a worship song, or you're reading a scripture, and it may wind up in one of your paintings, which I love that. So you truly are taking that inspiration to heart and sharing it with your audience. Well, you've graciously accepted our invitation to come in today, and she says she doesn't know what she's going to create.
I don't.
She's just going to start creating, and we're super excited to follow along on your journey. And I know people will want to find you after this. So what's the best way to locate you?
The best way is either going to be on my website or Facebook or Instagram. I'm very quick to respond, and so, yeah. Okay.
Very good. Well, thank you so much. Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to point out that I did not ask you?
No, you're good.
Okay. She's going to be here for a while, so if it comes to her, we'll get back in it. So stay right there. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Josie Lowder. The song is called Take the Money off my debut album, Here to Love.
A 1, 2, here. He was gifted in the art of love. The man can move me down in my soul. He made me smile and he told me secrets and taught me things every girl should know. Take the money, leave the heartache, give them something for their pain. This life's a gamble, and if you're lucky, you'll be able to stay the game. Had a good run down in Dallas. The days were easy, the nights were sweet. Not good whiskey and pretty women. The gambler's heart belonged to me. It was a cold day in late December when I found them in my bed. And in my anger, I took my pistol, I shot my cowboy, I shot him dead. Take the money, leave the heartache, give them something for the pain. This life's a gamble, and if you're lucky, you'll be able to stay the game. I drink champagne from a golden chalice. I take my pleasures where I will. When I remember all the things you taught me, I love that cowboy, I always will. Take the money, leave the heartache, give them something for their pain. This life's a gamble, and if you're lucky, you'll be able to stay the game.
I started playing when I was about 22, and I just became addicted. I was always a singer, you know, but I kind of was like, man, just wish I could support myself and, you know, do what all the guitar players in my family can do.
So I love that you came in with a lot of fresh ingredients, and today you're going to be making what for us?
I'm going to make a chicken and mushroom risotto.
Ooh.
So nice and easy, something that people can do at home and kind of show off a little bit.
I'm Dr. Sue Burge, and I'm a family physician. So one of the great things that we love here at CRHPC is that we have so many different resources for people in the communities. We really care about people. We do our absolute best to make sure you have access to all the resources you need. But we have so many great providers. They've been here a long time. They're part of the community. They care, and I think we can really help make a difference in people's lives. You can log on to our website to find any of the 14 locations that would work for you. crhpc.org.
Did you know your teenager's brain is more likely to get addicted to nicotine than yours? The tobacco and vaping industries do. They target teens with their products and try to cover up the fact that there's nicotine in them. They're trying to get your kids addicted and make them customers for life, but you can stop them. Talk with your kids about the real dangers of vaping. The tobacco and vaping industry sure won't.
My name is Elizabeth Michaels, and I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist and certified diabetes education specialist here at Christopher Rural Health. I work with patients to set and achieve realistic health goals and to empower them to better manage their diabetes effectively. We work together to come up with an individualized treatment plan that facilitates better health and quality of life. I'm here to provide education, support, and resources for people with diabetes and their friends and families so that they can enjoy the best possible quality of life amidst a challenging but treatable disease.
So, I want to say hello, Fred Rogers, the way he would do it. Hello, neighbor. Does that seem odd to you?
Not at all.
It totally seems odd. Hello, neighbor. Josie Lowder, unbelievable, talented, just your craft in general. I could tell you have a relationship with this thing. Like you work this guitar to be drums, to be a lot of things. Talk about that desire to learn to play.
It is my best friend, really. It's, I always tell my students, I'm a guitar teacher, to put your guitar next to you before you go to bed, like on your stand.
Oh.
Something, like guaranteeing that you're going to have time to practice every day. And, if you love something, why not give it your time?
Yes.
So just set yourself up for success. And I just love it. I can't put it down. I mean, I started playing when I was about 22 and I just became addicted. I was always a singer, but I kind of was like, man, just wish I could support myself and, do what all the guitar players in my family can do.
Okay.
And I was like, man, I got to learn how to do this. So I just became obsessed and it's just been ever since, like, full throttle.
A long line of musicians? Or?
My dad is an amazing guitar player, and I guess my grandma used to play. There's a picture that we're looking for where she has a guitar. She used to sing him old songs and do like alternating thumb stuff, and that's where he picked it up. So I thought that was so cool, learning that about her. And my mom is an amazing singer-songwriter. When I was a kid, I was just sitting around the couch with my mom and her papers everywhere writing songs. And if I liked them, I'd put a stamp on it, like, this one's really good,
That's awesome.
So I just grew up around music.
What do you look for in a good song? What are those words? How do they have to speak to you for you to go, yes, stamp of approval?
Well, I guess I just don't really force it. Usually I feel like some people kind of are better at creating stories and just kind of making up things.
Right.
I feel like mine are always just like venting pure emotions where they just kind of like pour out. But there's so many styles and great songs that have been written different ways. So, but for me, it's usually just like cathartic and just get that thing out,
Very nice. And the other thing is, it's important to be relatable to your audience, and on both songs, not that we're looking to shoot our cowboy down or anything like that, but when you get angry, and then the second song, when you're talking about a lot of things. There are a lot of emotions in there, and your voice almost takes you on that journey. Is that intentional?
Oh yeah. I mean, well, yes, the voice, yeah, I guess if you can think of it like that, taking on a journey, or just letting the emotions take you, or letting the soul just let go and go for a ride. My album, I wanted to feature not only, this was my debut album, I wanted to feature songs that I did early on in my career, and also songs by all my family members that all write songs. So
that's awesome.
That was one of them as well.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I paid you a compliment because I like the throwback, and you sound soulful like that, and it just those old greats, and that's good because you don't want to fade into the crowd and be like everybody else. Is that important to you?
So important. I just wanted to honor where I come from, and I grew up around these songs. Like my mom's song, she wrote this song called Pretty Valentine. It's on the album. And it's a jazzy, just feel good, slow, jazzy song. And it's like one of the first memories I have in life. So I was like, I got to put this on my album. And another one from my dad is called Road of Life. And I guess I helped him write that. I don't know if it was like I helped him with the melody or a couple words here and there when I was a little girl.
Very
so I wanted to
cool.
put that one on there too.
Yeah. So we can have you all back and just have a full-fledged concert
Sure.
one day. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to point out? I know people will want to follow along. So where do they find you?
So I have a website, www.josielowder.com, and you can get my album there in digital form, or I can mail you a physical CD, which I'm all about the physical.
I love the physical.
So
good.
You know, I would have liked to do an actual record, but not yet. I just wanted to start with CDs. But in this world, this digital world, I feel like we just gotta keep hold on some of the analog and the physical things as well. I don't want to fade away into the complete digital world. I just don't want to.
Good for you. I appreciate that. Well, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you very much, Angie.
We'll be right back. Shout out to our sponsor of the Spiel in the Kitchen, Prairie Farms. They are now out with a single serve iced coffee, everybody. And the crowd goes wild. So listen, their whole slogan, which I love this, it's like skip those long lines, get your single serve, and they're your favorite coffee house flavors. Single serve Prairie Farms, good job. They've always had it in the half gallons and done really, really well in stores, so it's nice to see that.
I like this. You can grab it, take it in your car.
And go, that's it.
Sort of like a one-stop shop where you can see the doctor and get everything all in one.
We are more of a family here. When I talk to them, it's like talking to a parent or a grandma.
We have so many services that it's just unheard of that you can get all the things in one building.
We have lab on site, we have x-ray on site, we have specialists that come to our facilities.
Nobody gets turned away.
You can go online at serhpc.org. We have 14 locations.
Anybody that needs seen, patient care, any illness, we'd be glad to see you as a patient.
So are you like one of those mean chefs when they get it wrong?
I am not. Okay. No, I'm pretty laid back, but no. I mean, and there's a intensity in the kitchen. There's always a deadline. You know, something always has to happen. So if somebody wants to eat at 6, they have to eat at 6.
I was deeply grateful to be gifted the opportunity to do my best to bring Terry Richmond to life.
I do wish more people would understand the severity of their choice. I realize that it's a hard habit to quit. And so what I would tell people that if they're struggling with the addiction of cigarettes or vaping or whatever, and they want to quit, but they just don't know how, that there is help out there. There's resources to look up. There's places to go to really help you kick the habit and be there for you and your loved ones and everyone that cares about you.
Hi, my name's Marlena Gentry, and I'm a nursing student at John A. Logan. I feel like it's more like a family. We really connect the students. We study together, we laugh together, we cry together, we get on each other. And then the teachers as well, they're just really easy to talk to, just helping you to grow. They want to give you everything you need to make it. John A. is good at just making sure that your needs are met, that they're giving you what you need to succeed, and they have so many different programs to help you do that.
And we are spieling it in our Prairie Farms kitchen. Thrilled to have this chef. I mean, not just a chef, but a chef instructor extraordinaire, just all things. Brian, thanks so much for being here.
No problem.
And, you said to me that it's a diversified job, so I think that's maybe what keeps it interesting.
Oh, exactly. I love what I do. So I get to interact with students, kind of running the program at Richland. It's a lot of fun. I get to help the students learn and just see them succeed and do great. And I love what I do.
And that's Richland Community College in Decatur, Illinois. So are you like one of those mean chefs when they get it wrong?
Not.
Oh, you're
I am not.
Okay.
No. I'm pretty laid back, but no. I mean, and there's a intensity in the kitchen. There's always a deadline. Something always has to happen. So if somebody wants to eat at 6, they have to eat at 6. So that's why sometimes that maybe not as aggressive as on TV, but kitchens do get a little tense sometimes, and necessarily so.
That's right. So I love that you came in with a lot of fresh ingredients, and today you're going to be making what for us?
I'm going to make a chicken and mushroom risotto.
Ooh.
So nice and easy, something that people can do at home and kind of show off a little bit.
Okay, that sounds good. You got to do some chopping.
I do.
I don't know if I should talk to you while you're chopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still have 9 fingers. It's okay. No, but yes, that's not a problem at all.
Awesome. So you've been in Illinois, and you came here from New York. You probably can get fresh produce and things that you want that may be a little bit more difficult to get in New York since you're here in the central part of the country.
Yeah, you know what? We have a lot of luck. We have some really good vendors that we can kind of pretty much get what we want. And what's nice is we try to show our students a little bit of everything.
Okay.
We wind up, we want to get a wide variety of items. So we're bringing in special things like truffles and things for them to actually see and get to work with, because this is their opportunity to at least learn how to use some of those items. So,
absolutely.
we have an opportunity to really just kind of give them as much as they can while they're with us for our 2-year program.
Okay. And it's 537 Bistro.
Bistro,
right?
537,
Bistro
correct.
537,
yep.
okay.
Yep, and the number one question we get asked is why that number, and that is Richland's Community College district number. So I'm sure that would be the first thing somebody like, now why is that? That is exactly what it's for.
But when people make reservations, they're looking forward to it. It's a good dining experience.
Oh, exactly. So it's the restaurant is actually open 10 years to this year.
wow.
This year,
Okay.
and it's a hands-on learning experience. I tell people it looks a lot like a restaurant, but it's a classroom. So when people come and see us, you get to see what our students are up to.
That's awesome. All right, now we've got a magic cam over the stove. I'm super excited about our magic cam today. And Robb would like Google to sponsor our fun cam. Is that what we're calling it? It's called the fun cam. Okay.
Perfect. And so what we're doing, I sliced some mushrooms and I have some kale. I'm going to saute that a little bit with some just chicken breast. And we're going to cook that a little bit, and then we'll just kind of build our risotto. With risotto, especially in a restaurant, we have pre-cooked. We did it earlier. So you have it. So in a restaurant, this would take 15 minutes. I don't want to have to take that amount of time in the restaurant. So we have already made, we took it through about 80% of where it needed to be, so we can kind of finish it right now.
Is that the work of your sous chefs, people who come in earlier?
Yes,
your
yes.
line folks, getting all that ready to go? You were
Correct.
impressed, right, Lucas, that I knew that?
Perfect.
No, yeah.
Throw my mushrooms in, and I don't need all of those.
Okay.
Okay, wait for my pan to get hot.
Where did your desire to cook and make people happy come
My dad
from?
had a catering business when I was growing up, so I was around it my whole life. So I've just always loved it. Never thought I wanted to teach, but really lucked into a kind of a part-time teaching gig at Richland, and loved it ever since. And it's been great. So I've been the director out there for about 13 years now. So it's a lot of fun. So. Perfect. So we're just kind of sauteing our mushrooms a little bit here. I'm going to add in some thinly sliced chicken breast, okay? And then just let that cook a little bit here. We have it nice and thinly sliced so that it'll cook quickly with our risotto. Okay. So we have that. As we're letting that cook, we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper.
So from start to finish, if you've got your risotto prepared, this is it doesn't take a long time.
Not at all. And like I said, this is a recipe that is on our menu right now in the restaurant. So if you came in, you could get this exact dish. And you can see we got some caramelization of the mushrooms. I'm going to throw in that chopped kale now. And this just adds a little bit of color to what we're doing here.
Very nice. So this is the new thing, the risotto, what is it, orzo, or how do you... So no rice anymore. Everybody wants,
yeah,
fancy.
the risotto is made with arborio rice typically. So, but this is a nice kind of different way. Really looks really fancy, but really kind of easy. So, okay, so we have our chicken, our kale, and our mushrooms. Now I'm going to add in our par-cooked risotto. Okay, and we just cool it off in there. So we're just going to kind of mix that. And now what we do is add some hot stock. This is kind of going to cook it the last kind of 20%. So we're going to put a couple of ladles in here and just kind of, risotto is kind of a very active, it's just kind of always kind of stirring a little bit and kind of going like that. It's real simple though.
So I am curious, with a culinary program, do you find that it's mostly hands-on, or is there a lot of book work and things that you have to learn beforehand?
So it's a little bit of both. So because obviously all the cooking parts, we have 8 lab classes where the students are literally learning how to make risotto, learning how to hold a knife, those kinds of things. But then we also have classes where they have to learn nutrition and all sorts of different things. things, proper service, we have lots of kind of classroom classes. Okay. The other thing that people don't realize, the students have to take a culinary math class. They have to learn how to multiply recipes, how many cups are in a gallon, how to cost something out. So there's a lot of things that students kind of come in and they just want to do the fun stuff. This is the fun stuff. But, it's a full associate's degree at Richland, so they have to take like a speech class and English. They have to take other things. One of the other things that we make them take is a horticulture class, so they have a respect for growing the food as well.
Smart.
So they actually get to kind of see it all the way through. Because we're not necessarily teaching them recipes, we're teaching them techniques. So once you know how to cook risotto, you should know how to cook any kind of risotto. Oh, chicken and mushroom, that's fine. We can do anything.
At the end of the day, I think we filmed in New Orleans, and it's an incredible city. Yeah. And we had the best crew.
This is Chillware, an exciting, innovative new product designed to keep your ready-to-serve food at either hot or cold temperatures. I went to a pool party potluck, so I told my friend I'll bring the potato salad. And I spent all day with an ice bath trying to keep the potato salad cold. Nobody ate the potato salad, and it was my potato salad, so of course it was fabulous. So as I'm trying to figure out how to keep it cold so people will eat it, and I thought to myself, well, they need a crock pot to keep stuff cold. And that's where the idea for Chillware was born.
For youth who use tobacco or e-cigarettes, we are promoting the My Life, My Quit program that's for ages 13 to 17.
We want to make sure that they don't start to become addicted to cigarettes or vaping.
We go into schools and do classroom presentations, or we do large assemblies like in the gyms to share information about how they can get help if they already have an addiction.
But really the thing is, we don't want our youth and young people to become addicted.
I knew I wasn't feeling so good, and I went in for a colonoscopy, and I was diagnosed with colon cancer. And that put a scare in me, made me reevaluate my life and what I was doing. And I knew that my tobacco use over the many years of my life had caused my issue. I knew I needed to quit, but the disease, it's hard. Addiction, boy, it was so hard. I'd quit times in my life, and it called me back somehow.
At CRHPC, we strive to meet the medical, dental, and pharmacy needs of patients. In addition to family medicine, pediatrics, and offering x-ray services at reduced costs, CRHPC treats patients needing dermatology, a colonoscopy, and those with questions about women's health. Need help managing diabetes and want to learn how to eat healthy? Or you're looking for a psychiatrist? We treat behavioral health needs. CRHPC is also a Suboxone provider. Come see us if you need help regulating testosterone levels. We can assist with weight loss, wound care, and treat joint pain. Find help at any one of our 14 locations throughout Southern Illinois, where walk-ins are always welcome. For more, visit crhpc.org.
Okay, so that's coming along. I'm gonna add a little bit more stock, and this is gonna be almost done. And then we just have to make a little bit, we're gonna make a topping for this called a gremolata, which is gonna be parsley, a little bit of toasted breadcrumbs, and some citrus zest. Okay. And that kind of adds a nice little kind of bite to it, a little bit of the texture, and that citrus kind of wakes up everything. So that's set here. So while that is kind of finishing up a little bit, I'm going to switch back over to the cutting board and finish up our gremolata.
Perfect.
Nice and easy. So I have a little bit of toasted breadcrumbs here, a little bit of fresh parsley. This is going to be super, super easy. And we're just going to cut it a couple of times here. The thing with fresh herbs is less cutting the better. We don't want to bruise them. We don't want anything. We don't want to turn brown, anything like that. So just twice through is all I needed on that. So I'm just going to put that in my bowl.
That's the first time I've heard that you can bruise the greens and such.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this will stay nice and vibrant. And then the last thing that we're going to add is a little bit of lemon zest.
Boy, that's a good tool to have.
Oh, if people don't have this tool, they need it. And I promise I'm not being paid by big graders. But this is one of my favorite tools. You can do garlic on it, ginger, anything like that. So really great. So this just adds a nice little kind of citrus pop on the top there. So that is about all that I need for that. Okay. The other thing that you need to do is, and we make sure the students know, you have to taste it as you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to make sure the rice is done enough, and then I also want to make sure that it's properly seasoned. And I think there's plenty of salt in there. I think it's really,
there it goes. Look at that.
Looks really good.
First taste.
Yes. Lots of practice. So just a little bit more reduction here. And so our restaurant, it's open to the public. People can come in. We're open on Tuesdays and Thursdays on Richland's campus for lunch and dinner. So come see us. We do recommend that you make reservations. We have a Facebook page with a link to reservations. And reason being, we're at Richland, we're a little kind of on the outskirts of Decatur. So I don't want people to show up and us be full and then, not make it, or if somebody makes the trip in. But if you're in the neighborhood, by all means, just stop by. You don't have to have reservations. It just helps us kind of plan a little bit better.
What are some of those things that you challenge the students to make? You mentioned the risotto dish. What are some of the other things, the truffles?
So in some of our classes, once they get a little bit further along, we actually will give them kind of like chopped, like a mystery basket, where it's like, because we're teaching them, we're not necessarily teaching them recipes, we're teaching them techniques. So once you know how to cook risotto, you should know how to cook any kind of risotto. Oh, chicken and mushroom, that's fine. We can do anything.
Right.
You learn how to saute something, that's the skill. So we'll give them, and they enjoy being able to do different things like that as well. So it's a lot of fun. That's kind of one of the main things. So we're going to switch over to here.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to kind of pour this in here. So a nice...
Eat with your eyes first, so it has to be very presentable.
Exactly. So we have that. And then we're going to mix up our gremolata a little bit here. Make sure we get...
So what is it for you, Chef? What makes you happy and the end result? If somebody dining with you, what do you want them to experience?
When they just had a good time, I mean, enjoyed not only the food, but the atmosphere. So really nice there. And then I brought a little bit of microgreens as well. We're just going to garnish it with a little bit of microgreens right on top. Give it some nice height there. So yeah, I mean, we're in the business of making people happy. I mean, so coming in and enjoying this dish. One last thing, we make sure when the students if this student made that, they would have to bring this to me and we would taste it and ask them how they thought they did. Then I'll give them my feedback. I don't ever give them my feedback until they give me what they think they could do better.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you so much, and we're definitely going to try it after we take a lot of pictures of it. So
perfect. Sounds good.
Thanks for coming out. And is there anything else that you want to mention that I didn't ask you about?
So we also have a food truck on campus. So on Mondays and Wednesdays, it's called Bistro to Go.
Okay.
It's parked right outside our restaurant. We have a nice patio that you can sit on at. It's still open right now until the weather decides to let us not do it anymore. We'll close up for the season, but it's a real nice opportunity, and the students run that too. So if you come to our restaurant or our food truck, it's all student run. There, and come in, ask them questions, ask them what they plan on doing. It's really a great opportunity to kind of interact with our students and see what awesome stuff they're doing.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we'll be right back.
Those components in a collaborator are things that they're priceless, and I value them tremendously.
Everything starts with preventative care. We can really change the way a person's life will turn out if they just do preventative medicine. Just having an established provider that you can follow up with on a regular basis just to check and make sure everything's going okay, I think that can really make a big difference. We're always here. You can always get through to someone. We are available to everyone. We have a lot of good resources for people, and you're never going to be turned away.
I was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. I've always had a goatee, and now I don't. You lose a lot of things, I didn't just lose my hair. Going through treatment, you can't be as active, and it's hard when you come home and, Daddy, can you get on the floor and play with me today? And, unfortunately, some days it's, Daddy needs to go rest. I started smoking when I was 14 years old.
Hi, I'm Alexanne with All the Right Spaces. We do custom woodworking throughout the home. All of our products are made specifically for your space. They can really be made any way that you want them made so that they fit into your home. This accent wall that we did here, it was customized to fit this space. All of our products are made to last a lifetime, and we do guarantee them. We don't do anything that we don't believe in. So we want to make sure that it's right and it's right for you and you love it when we leave.
Every day when I come into work, I am happy to be here. I love the staff I work with. They're all committed to making our patients better. I think every day you come in just hoping you're going to connect with someone and maybe make their life a little better and be able to help make a difference for them. I do think, in medicine, we really need to look at doing preventative care for people, and I really have a heart for that. So we just really try to provide a coordinated care for people where they don't have to travel long distances to get access to care.
Hi, I'm Bradley Griffith. I am the director of Logan Fitness. We have so many different things to offer as far as the fitness center, the aquatic center, our classes. It's just a really great place to be.
It's a very friendly community. Everyone's very kind and welcoming here.
Everyone who's here is striving to better themselves. That's something that really drives me, and it's just an enjoyable environment to be a part of. I encourage anyone who has never been to Logan Fitness to come and give it a try, because I know that they won't be disappointed.
To report a crime.
And this was cash?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you describe suspect?
Big guy, must weigh 250.
We're gonna hold on to this money.
I didn't get his badge number, but his last name's Marston.
You're gonna need to leave.
Next suspect number 2.
Hey, Mike! I'm posting bail. You stay low, all right?
You can fight for the money, but that'll take you most of a year and cost you twice what you're owed.
And it's legal?
It's law.
May I at least see my cousin?
You can right off.
I would love to, sir, just as soon as I get my money back.
Aaron, you've done a lot of work in many other films, but this is your first starring role, lead role in a film. What was it like for you to have this opportunity and approach this particular character, and what made it appeal to you so much?
That's a great question. I was deeply grateful. I use that phrase a lot, but it's because it's the truth. I was deeply grateful to be gifted the opportunity to do my best to bring Terry Richmond to life. He is such a nuanced character. He is such a layered and complex character. He embodies both a physical intelligence with his martial arts knowledge and expertise, but also an emotional intelligence with how he engages with the world that he exists in. So I was deeply grateful, and we had a tremendous time doing it.
You do not stand in my station in front of my officers and set terms. You need to be very, very careful.
Let's not do that.
Chief! And AnnaSophia, you and Aaron spend a great deal of screen time together in this film as two people trying to sort of unravel some small town police corruption. So your two characters have to really establish a great deal of trust. So I'd like to know what it was like for the two of you working together as actors to establish that trust and make the characters come across so convincingly as they did.
I mean, I felt really honored to work with Aaron. I think as soon as we met, there was just I immediately felt like I was in really capable hands, and I think Aaron has all of the qualities of Terry Richmond. He's gentle and thoughtful, and just has a broad perspective. And I think Aaron, as an actor, is extremely present as an actor and as a person. And so I know that when I went out on a limb on set or wanted to try something or rehearse something, that would always be, that I would always feel safe as an actor. And then we also just got to mess around. Like, at the end of the day, I think we filmed in New Orleans, and it's an incredible city. Yeah. And we had the best crew. And so I think we started out with a dinner, and that's really what kicked it off.
Yeah, we went to a burger spot.
Yeah, and just chowed down.
Yeah, we did.
Had some real talk.
Yeah.
And started laughing and eating good food, and that's sort of what I think started it.
Yeah, no, totally.
Looks like you had a great time together.
Yeah, and I mean, I really appreciate those wonderful words.
Oh. I think he's Marine Corps Martial Arts MCMAP. One mind, any weapon.
Whatever you decide to do, you do it damn far from here. You enter this town again, so go another route.
And I have to take a moment to reciprocate that, because it's the truth. You know, I felt safe with AnnaSophia. I felt seen, and I felt received. And those components in a collaborator are things that they're priceless, you know, and I value them tremendously, and AnnaSophia has them in abundance. So deeply grateful. And also, like, we just get along as individuals outside of the context of being actors and being on set. And I think that really contributes to any sort of friendship and kinship that you need to develop on a screen as well. So, yeah.
Well, that connection is definitely there, and also enjoyed your work with Mr. Don Johnson as well.
Yes, the boss. Yes, it was a great privilege and honor. Yeah.
It's time for another chapter.
Something's up. Chief is willing to kill to keep us from finding out.
You ain't ever gonna be safe.
Test the chains.
These cops might end up on top, but they don't get any more outs.
Suspect is armed. He goes down. He does not get back up.
It's gotten out of hand.
Those are intense scenes. I loved because I wasn't there for those days of their standoff. And when I finally got to watch the film, I came in one day, and I remember being sweaty on set. Not just because it was really hot out, but because it was like the energy was right there, and it felt like it was so matched, and I got very excited to see it on screen. Have you seen it yet? You'll have fun.
Well, the film is great. Thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
People getting hurt now. So I was thinking, what if we just walk away?
Well, now you're starting to talk.
And I was like, nah.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Okay, you're getting a little carried away. That's okay, just a standard. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
That's not as fun.
Would you be mine?
Okay, that was
that was good though. That was really good. Okay, so if you liked visiting the neighborhood today, did you have a good time, neighbor?
I had a great time, neighbor.
Good, excellent. We had so many great neighbors on today.
Yeah.
To include the chef.
The chef.
Remarkable. And then your friend Josie. Now all of our friends.
Yes.
Josie. And we still have Rebecca. She's held hostage here, just painting and creating.
She's never leaving.
She'll be with us our next show. She'll still be here, like our next show, right? How do you just binge watch the Spiel? Like, once you get to YouTube, you can forward and just watch, just play it, just put it up on your TV. Who? Playlist.
And it just goes from one to the next.
Okay.
So it's a full day
of
the Spiel.
Okay. Is there anything else that we need to say in the way of inviting people to watch the show? Do you want to sing us off, or? Okay.
What song are we singing?
The same.
Oh.
We're still in Mr. Rogers. We're still in Mr.
Bye,
Rogers.
neighbor.
That's ridiculous.
So what I've done is
walk
through the door.
Yeah. And then do a Mr. Rogers.
So then there's people that post constantly, oh my God, my phone stopped answering.
I'm gonna do a Mr. Rogers thing, and I know for a fact he does this.
Won't you be my neighbor? Actually, what are you doing, dude? I'm not done yet.
I was confused. Oh, he's definitely not done.
Rob, so we're shooting outside.
Yeah, this is the infamous place that we call outside.
Yeah. What are some of the challenges that we've run into? Just about it.
As most of you know, the sun is a thing, and it's really bright in the sky. But whenever it's not covered by clouds, it's really harsh. Clouds go in front of the sun, it makes it darker, but it's more diffused and it looks pretty. But then, like 10 minutes later, the sun comes out from behind the clouds, and then it's like really harsh and sharp. So it's really hard to set our exposure properly, and it's super annoying. As you can tell, like it's changing right now. From like, here's what I want you to do, Sam. I want you to cut from when I was talking earlier to now. To earlier, to now. You see how different that is? It's dumb. So we have...
Who is this setup?
We all have ND filters on our cameras to be able to block all the light coming in so we can get a decent exposure. Because the camera is like an eyeball, but it does not have the dynamic range that our eyeballs have. So it can't decipher between like darks and brights like our eyeballs can. So we have to put like sunglasses on the cameras so that they can actually see decently and not be all white.
You just did. And on I wanted to feature not only this was my debut album, I wanted to feature songs that I did early on in my career and also songs by all my family.
I'm Amy Rankin. I've been on the show once. I have been behind the scenes twice now. Very exciting.
What did you do when you were in the show?
So it was exciting. I was sketching live during the show and showing off my drawing skills, pen and ink.
Oh, this was Amy's finished piece. You know, the girl that she came on, she sketched a little, she went home and she brought it back, showing out. And now she works with us on the Spiel. I mean, that's how it happens. They just, yeah, they're on the show. Totally.
What's it like working behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes is awesome. I can do things with the camera, and none of them know until they watch it in post what I did. So
we're watching it now.
That's exciting.
Cut. I'll second it.
Bye.